champion from Wisconsin this weight class, great competitor. He's battling injuries himself, and there as we speak about Jordan Burroughs, he jumps right back in a low single leg shot, gets the takedown. You can always count on him maybe to be the first guy to score in the weight class.
So Burroughs wrestling Scott Winston of Rutgers. It's a 2-0 Burroughs lead. Shane Onifer of Wyoming, our first Cowboy of this quarterfinal session. He's taking on the Wisconsin Badger Andrew Howe. Paul Gillespie, an unseeded wrestler, Hofstra, taking on number 3 seed Tyler Caldwell. And we have Colt Sponseller of Ohio State, Josh Asper of Maryland. Quarterfinal brackets at 165 pounds.
Colt Sponseller from Ohio State, white singlet there. He's been a guy who's been in the mix for quite some time, been ranked all the way, almost all the way throughout his career, but he's yet to come home with to be an All-American. So this is an important match for him personally to be able to compete at this level. But Asper from Maryland has been a pretty solid competitor. I've been impressed with the way he holds position. Pretty good in the top position. Stays aggressive, so that match could be one that puts up a lot of points. Generally speaking, in this weight class, you get to about 65. Such good athletes, they rarely put a lot of points up on the board unless you're dominant like like Burroughs has been, as he gets another takedown. Now Andrew Howe gets in on a leg. Again, you have to have a high percentage of finishes here. You get in the leg, it's so difficult against these guys to get through there, and you see Howe basically clubbing the head, taking it to the side that the leg was up, and gets the takedown.
Howe is the defending national champion at this weight class, but it's been a scary season for Andrew Howe, and just the fact that he's competing this week, remarkable considering the serious injury with his hamstring suffered back in December.
Well, the word is that he basically tore a lot of his hamstring away from the bone, so not being a medical person by trade, it's tough to speculate on that, but these guys are well-trained athletes and mentally tough, and particularly Andrew Howe. He just gives everything he has throughout every match and keeps the position. He's the quintessential guy of keeping the match in his strengths. He keeps his opponent in front of him, and that's why this matchup potentially between Burroughs and Howe will be really exciting to watch, because you can see Burroughs there just lightning quick. Works the head a little bit, drops right in on that low leg.
Incredible talent, Jordan Burroughs of Nebraska, who has overcome his own injury troubles to come back strong this year, 8-3, the Husker.
Yeah, let's not forget about Burroughs' injury. I believe he tore 2 ligaments in his knee. Tearing one is enough, but tore 2 ligaments in his knee and had total reconstruction done of that. He's come back as fast as ever.
Second period about to begin for Paul Gillespie of Hofstra. He is one of 5 unseeded wrestlers who qualify for the quarterfinal rounds. Gillespie, Hofstra taking on Tyler Caldwell of Oklahoma. Gillespie opened with a shocking victory over the 6th seed Dallas Bailey of Oklahoma State. Won that in sudden victory. And then yesterday he took care of business against Peter Yates of Virginia Tech. Yates was unseeded. He had upset Jansen of Iowa in the first round. Gillespie winning decision 5-2.
Tyler Caldwell, the Oklahoma wrestler, pretty strong athlete, really tough in the top position. Number 3 seed.
Sponseller and Asper go tumbling out of bounds. They'll restart in the middle. Minute 35 to go, second period, no score. Ohio State and Maryland.
Jordan Burroughs have gotten another takedown, so he jumps out 10-0, 10-4, excuse me, at the end of the first period. So that doesn't get any better. 5 takedowns in a period, gave 4 escapes, stayed in the top position to finish the period. That's as good as you get. That's dominance on the feet.
Burroughs won the national championship in 2009, beat Poeta of Illinois in the finals that year.
And this match with Asper, this is Josh Asper from Maryland in the black singlet there, working against Colt Sponseller. Sponseller is pretty good at getting out from underneath, but he's having a difficult time against Asper because he's old school riding, not contesting anything. And we've seen before when guys get to the edge of the mat in the top position where they try to push the athlete off, the edge. When you do that, sometimes you sacrifice your position, and it's better off just to kind of pretend like you're in the middle of that. Let the action take where employ good techniques. Lift him up right there as Asper did and take him back down.
You mentioned old school riding. What's that imply?
I guess that's it's something that, a good solid running game in football always works. Good blocking and tackling, right? And you see how Asper's riding right now. He's got the spiral ride. He's got the left arm deep on the inside of the leg. He's coming underneath. He stays with him all the way through. Of course, he gave up the escape there, let me down, but just hammering the guy, putting good position on, just not contesting every escape, contest every move. And knock the legs of the table out whenever you can. Harass the guy, and that's kind of old school riding.
Tyler Caldwell will hope to get some of that riding going now. He leads 1-0 as they start the third period. 2 minutes to go in the match against Gillespie. Not a lot of action here with Caldwell and Gillespie, and this is how Gillespie has stuck around this week. He has won these tight decisions so far.
Good point, Sean. Great point. That's what you do. You have to have great defense on the feet, keep the match close, get out quickly. Caldwell's tough in the top position. This is a strength of his. Nice job there. He's got good technique. He's employing really good technique. Now, Caldwell really doing a nice job of following right there. It takes a lot of athletic ability. And sometimes that gets shortchanged here. There's a side roll attempt. Caldwell from Oklahoma does as good a job as anybody in the country of just following a guy. Notice how he's got the left arm on the inside part of the leg, left leg of Gillespie. A little technique right there makes it really tough for the guy to be able to get out. And Jordan Burroughs is just running it up here. 17-6 score.
Caldwell with a 1-point lead. Sponseller and Asper are tied 1 apiece.
Nice job by Sponseller there, responding with the single leg. And look what he did right there. He came all the way back to the center of the mat to be able to execute. A lot of times guys will come back only maybe a third of the way, and then we end up back at the edge of the mat, and you may or may not get those points. But he came all the way back to the center circle to be able to implement that technique. Great job.
Go back to Caldwell real quickly, Jim. He leads 1-0, a minute 17 to go. Caldwell actually started the year at 174, but he settled into this 165-pound weight class. Why the change during the course of the season for a wrestler to drop a weight or move upward?
Oh, just he has the desire. He thinks he's more competitive at that weight class. Thought he could probably be an All-American, a higher placing All-American at that weight. It's an interesting decision given the fact that you have 2 returning national champions at the weight. Maybe he just felt that he was better. Maybe the team was better with him at 65. So
yeah, the moves worked out for him. He had a couple of early season losses at 74 to Mac Lunas with Cornell and Colby Covington, 2 wrestlers we're going to be seeing here in the next weight division. So he dropped down, and he's done a good job at this particular division. Here he has the advantage of riding time in his corner. 34 seconds to go with Gillespie of Hofstra.
You see Sponseller from Ohio State with the white singlet. 14 seconds left, important part of this period, up 3-1. He collects himself and gets on top.
Scott Winston is bloodied up. Burroughs has done the job on him. 19-7. Jordan Burroughs, Nebraska with the lead.
Sponseller becomes an All-American.
Colt Sponseller, 3-time NCAA qualifier. First time, though, he's achieved the All-American status.
Gillespie, of course, has given up riding time right now, so Caldwell holding position. Looks like he'll advance.
Caldwell with that riding time advantage, so Gillespie needs a takedown. Third period winding down. Gillespie looking, and his run will come to an end. Tough match against the number 3 seed Tyler Caldwell. He gets the riding time point. Caldwell, Oklahoma, 2-1 victor over Gillespie.
It's important to point out at this stage is that if you lose in this round, you're not assured of becoming an All-American. You have to win again tonight to be alive in the top 8. So quarterfinal losers in this round will have to wrestle again to be considered All-American status. So sometimes that's pretty tough to pick yourself up